I know. We'll clean the house and surprise them. Now you wash the dishes. You tidy up the room. You clean the fireplace. And I'll use the broom.
We didn't do that this time.
As you all know, the Snow White trailer hit recently and, well, as expected, it's a giant turd. Now, Disney had one job to do. One job. Convince us they listened to all the criticisms, they were going to revamp, refilm that ridiculous version that was pro-feminist and anti-fun. Just entertain. Just set out to entertain families. Family movie. But it seems they failed to do that, or at least failed to convince us they've done even it. With a blink and you'll miss it apparent show of affection between the leads. First there was a mocking of Rachel's hairstyle as shown in the trailer. I mean, why did they give her that ridiculous... Wait a minute. First there was a mocking of Rachel's hairstyle as shown in the trailer. I mean, why did they give her that ridiculous hairdo? Or should we say hair don't? Honestly, this movie's been just one disaster after another. And that's before the trailer came out and got ratioed into another plane of existence. Let's have a quick recap, shall we? In 2016, Disney make it known that they want to make a live-action movie based on their classic 1937 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs animated feature. In 2019, The Amazing Spider-Man's Mark Webb is tapped to direct the feature, to be penned by Barbie's Greta Gerwig, not to be confused with Greta Thunberg, although that would be understandable confusion. And it was to star the incredibly beautiful Gal Gadot as the evil queen, as Snow White, the frankly not quite as beautiful, or white, Rachel Zegler.
How dare you!
Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
The casting of Zegler really confused some folk. It wasn't so much blind casting as blind, deaf and dumb casting, some said. As far from the original description of the character as you can get. You know, Zegler took to social media to respond in what would become her usual classy self. Meanwhile, Peter Dinklage got off his high pony to make his disapproval of the project's announcement known worldwide, i.e. he wasn't happy, saying, "How dare you give other actors with dwarfism a chance to compete with me in my standing in Hollywood?" Saying, "Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough." "No, Peter, if anything you are too loud," as Disney swiftly responded within minutes. Gone were the several lovable dwarfs, such a staple of the story, responsible in many ways for holding up the company. As you can see, quite literally, in their place there were to be 7 magical creatures. 7 magical creatures. Sure, it's met with more than a little skepticism, but damn it, those diversity points were worth it. Right, Disney? Well, no. The images leaked out and got universally mocked by the entire world. And I mean everyone.
What do you mean everyone? Everyone!
Prompting Disney to respond with a, oh, you thought those were the... No, they were just stand-ins. This is the real deal right here. These are the dwarfs. We were just waiting for the AI to finish generating the images. I mean, we were just waiting for the correct time to unveil the images that we always had, filed true images. The true
always had, in the archives.
I mean, just come on. To you, that's what I meant. On October the 16th, 2023, the Daily Wire unveiled their own version of Snow White, clearly a middle finger to Disney and their propagandizing of the IP. Their own IP. Featured YouTuber Brett Cooper. Say what you want about her, but at least visually she was a much more closer representation of the original source material. That aside, it carries the kind of ratio Disney would kill for. I don't see them having anytime soon. Speaking of Snow White, Rachel Zegler is an acquired taste. Think, I don't know, Marmite on crack. You're either among those that pretty much worship the ground she walks upon, or you're among those who just think she's a regular looking chick, albeit one with a pretty good singing voice. And look, I'm not here to take a dump on her. She pretty much does that on her own. I mean, she's clearly a very talented lady.
Tuppence a bag,
Tuppence, tuppence.
Nice. Nice. Not thrilling, but nice.
Although at times a little bit too candid.
What made you want to step into this world of DC heroes? I needed a job. I'm being so serious. I mean, a lot of people keep asking me. Hi, Adam. My agent's over there. Hi, Ken. My lawyer. My entire family is here. Hi, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I just think she lacks focus. Never more evident than when her and Gal Gadot were doing press tours for the movie. Yep, then it sure was evident this girl cannot stop putting her foot deep in her own mouth.
Hi, my name is Rachel Zegler. I'm an actor and I'm a proud member of SAG-AFTRA. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Oh my god, well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane. And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker, and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do. And I saw myself on screen and I just wanted to throw up. I was so happy about it. If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
When we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie, right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. The reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom. Everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. And the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's one of those things.
What a crock of shit.
Then came the apology tour. And honestly, there wasn't a dry eye in the building.
All the pictures are out there of little me in my Snow White gown.
That's why it's going to make me cry.
No, stop, because you'll make me cry.
No, don't start. That's why it's going to make me cry.
No, stop, because you'll make me cry.
No, don't start, please.
No.
I saw on Twitter, posted, there's the sweetest picture of you in, the Snow White costume.
Yeah.
And it's oh my god, I'm so annoying.
No, I'm the same way. It's fine.
Because you'll make me cry.
No, don't start. There's the sweetest picture of you in, the Snow White costume.
Yeah.
And it's oh my god, I'm so annoying.
No, I'm the same way. It's fine.
Oh my god, I'm so annoying.
No,
sorry.
I'm the same way. It's fine.
Snap out of it!
Now, Joker, I hear you say, how do you know the movie's woke?
How do you know? I mean, how do you know?
They could have fixed all the things that you wanted them to fix. Well, you know that scene at the beginning of this video?
Iconic, yeah.
Well, they kind of reimagined it for a modern audience, and it kind of got leaked online. Yeah.
Now you wash the dishes. You tidy up the room. You clean those cobwebs. And he'll use the broom.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I seen that little clip showing that little tender moment between the prince and Snow White was nothing but a Well, misdirection. Keep in mind this is only one small scene that's been leaked. I'm sure this film's chock full of this kind of crap, showing Disney have learned absolutely nothing when it comes to putting this film together, putting it out there for the audience. This film is guaranteed to be the biggest bomb in box office history. Don't take my word for it, let's have a read under the comment section of the video itself, which for some unknown reason is still switched on. I have to admit, I do admire the bravery of Walt Disney Studios of keeping the comment section open. 20,000 likes in what, 4 days? It's okay Disney, you can just cancel the film. You won't be mad if you admit defeat. 1.3 thousand likes in 6 hours. If the Evil Queen is more beautiful than Snow White herself, what is the point of this movie then? Ironically, that's a good point. Baffling decision not to cast dwarf actors for fear of offending Peter Dinklage, a dwarf actor. Quoting the drink. Comment section is more entertaining than the trailer. That mirror is broken. Hope it has a warranty.
Reference to Zegler being the fairest of them all.
Peter Dinklage was hired to play the dwarf in Game of Thrones and then made sure no one else got a similar opportunity. I love how Peter Dinklage was like, boy, it's demeaning to hire people with dwarfism to play fantasy dwarfs, and then proceeds to cause 7 people with dwarfism to lose their jobs. What's the point of doing a live action remake on an animated movie if you're just gonna animate half the characters anyway? It's a fair point. 9.4 thousand likes.
This would be the role of a lifetime for any actor who has dwarfism. Why would you rob them of that?
You all thought we would forget. Also, why'd you all make the version of Snow White to be a lazy squatter who forced the dwarves to clean up their own home? That's not a way to get a roof over your head, nor food in your stomach for those who want to protect you in their own home. Sorry Disney, not a fan of supporting a movie with actresses who openly show their disdain for the source material. So instead of humanizing the dwarf characters with actual actors, they decided to make them horrifyingly cartoonish, cringe-inducing CGI. Smart move. Making the dwarf actors CGI so they don't have to hire dwarf actors is wild. Can Rachel Zegler be CGI to a different actor?
I give it to you. You got me there.
Right.
So, maybe.
That's a good question, actually. Imagine being Gal and having to pretend Rachel is supposed to be more attractive than you. Well, maybe it'll win her an Oscar. And my favorite, Disney invites you, and I must politely decline. Tell you what, this is dead. This movie is dead on arrival. Guaranteed biggest box office bomb of all time. Why? Because it has 0 redeeming features in it. 0. Zilch. Nada.
Nichts. 没有什么. 何もない.
Rien. Niente. Nic. Ništa.
But if you still have doubts, still, somehow, some way, well, let's look at the following.
Rachel Zegler?
She's back. She has decided to just completely jump off the deep end into absolute lunacy, just piling on more and more backlash on herself and on this trailer.
Actress Rachel Zegler appears determined to continue being a PR nightmare for the Walt Disney Company and its CEO Bob Iger, although I would say Disney does that pretty darn well on their own lately, don't they?
I love what you said about wanting to entertain audiences, critics saying Disney's too woke, but you're just putting out storytelling.
We are. Look, I don't really like the term woke because I think it's an umbrella term that I'm not 100% sure I even know what it means, and one could argue that sometimes it's used too liberally. That said, our primary purpose is to entertain, and where we can entertain responsibly, obviously we try to do that. We try to have a positive impact on the world, but the first thing we need to do is entertain.
You lie! No, it's true!
Rachel Zegler, the star of Disney's live-action Snow White reboot, started a social media firestorm with an anti-Israel post.
Which is something that was completely unnecessary to what she was originally trying to post on Twitter or X.
It looks like she may have a massive problem with her co-star and isn't afraid to give them more PR disasters while promoting this film.
While thanking the fans for the love and for the 120 million views on our trailer in just 24 hours. What a whirlwind. I am in the thick of rehearsals for Romeo and Juliet, so I'm going to get out of here. Bye for now, says Rachel Zegler. But she can't help herself. She follows up with,
and always remember, free Palestine. Is she like contractually obligated to say that or something like that?
These people, they're going after Gal Gadot now, calling for a boycott.
Can we cast Rachel Zegler in a movie where her co-star isn't a bad person? Please.
And these are Rachel Zegler fans.
Rachel is at work. She gotta be civil. We do not know what she had to put up with behind the scenes from her alone. This movie comes out next year in March. Unless the release date gets pushed again, she has to deal with her for at least 7 months.
Shut up!
Rachel Zegler starring as Snow White is her representing them as a company. So if they're not firing her, then by their own admission, they're supporting what she says here, which I don't think they want to do in this situation.
With this Palestine reference, she's directly attacking her Israeli counterpart in the movie, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot is Israeli. She was actually in the IDF because, according to Israeli law, everyone I think is conscripted for 2 years of service or something like that.
She hates her castmates. She hates herself, which is actually where all this stuff comes from.
Newsweek opinion contributor Joel Pelton argued that Zegler's post is simply a dig at Gadot, writing,
Rachel Zegler's trolling her much more famous and beautiful Snow White co-star Gal Gadot. Disney continues to hire the wrong actors to represent their brand.
Rather than promoting a film, they choose to embarrass themselves and the studio.
People are viewing this as a direct attack on Gal Gadot, apparently.
I don't even know how vocal Gal Gadot is about what's going on over there. It seems like she just kind of stays quiet, which is the smart thing to do. That way you don't turn off people that could come buy tickets to your shit.
Disney PR department right now.
Hollywood has tried so hard to prop Rachel Zegler up as the next It Girl, but I just don't think it's going to work.
She is a tornado of suck.
What a true wicked witch Rachel Zegler is.
Although we love Rachel Zegler, make sure to pirate the movie since it supports Gal Gadot.
Defending Rachel Zegler on the internet is not enough. I need a... You see it?
Weird.
I do think that is ultimately the result, though, of her just kind of being jealous of her co-star. And
it looks like that Rachel Zegler is also getting extremely, extremely jealous because everyone is pointing out that Gal Gadot, who stars as the evil witch in the film, is way more fair and beautiful than she is.
Rachel Zegler appears to be very jealous of Gal Gadot, which, can you blame her? I would be too.
kind of an ironic twist, seeing as how Snow White now apparently is jealous of the evil queen.
It's wild out there, I tell you. Wild.
You keep hiring these progressive, weirdo, dork, woke actresses.
Weird.
This is what you get.
Which, of course, we all know why Rachel Zegler was hired for this role. It had nothing to do with her talent. It had nothing to do with her quality or her merit. It all had to do with DEI nonsense.
It's funny. I don't know what Disney does with this one.
Rachel Zegler has harmed this movie beyond belief, even when it started.
Disney has spent nearly $400 and $500 million on this movie.
It's going to lose $1 billion. It's going to lose $1 billion, and there's a reason why.
You do the math, and this could be the biggest flop of all time, but Rachel Zegler, she's just so proud and so happy that so many people stopped by to watch it. Stop by and watch it burn, baby.
So guys, over to you. What do you think of the movie's chances, if at all? Are you interested? I'd be surprised if you're interested. Please put down in the comment section if you are still interested in this movie. What do you think of this whole conflict between Rachel and Gal Gadot?
Weird.
What's that about? What's going on? What's actually going on here? So I think there's more to this than meets the eye. I want to hear what you have to say. Comment down below. Let this brother know. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out of here. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
What kind of is that, man? Oh, hell no. God. That's
My name's Snow White, and I'm here to say...
Shut up!